Bitcoin has been on an absolute moon mission, which you guys know my thoughts. I've been calling for further upside with my targets, but now we are kind of getting to those levels, and with hype around ETFs and Fomo in the air, we need to proceed with caution moving forward, you guys. I've had these levels outlined for such a long time. Those of you who have been coming to my weekly streams and my shorter analysis videos, you know I've had this mapped out for such a long time at this point. A lot of people were getting real antsy to get their shorts in early. Just thinking that the market was going to be front run anytime we saw any sort of volatility. But when you zoom out and look at the weekly chart, you can see we were just consolidating. There was nothing scary going on here at all. So I'm sticking to my guns here. I really do think we have a little bit further upside, but really anywhere from now until I'm going to say $52,000 is fair game for rejection. I mean, yeah, obviously anything can happen. We could blast right through it. I'm just not personally expecting it. Markets generally don't go straight up. We usually have some sort of correction, and we've seen some nice upside volatility here today. So just taking a look at the weekly chart. Again, you guys know my thoughts on that. Nothing scary happening. In fact, it just kind of looks like we are just breaking out from this little bit of a consolidation, getting to these higher levels here and about to test this fib, which also happens to line up with some nice structure here. Now, the thing is with this, a lot of times we get some kind of a fake out when we get to those important levels, in this case resistance. I wouldn't be too surprised to see just a little bit of a fake out pass, much like we had down here in our previous market cycle. This yellow line here is the 618. You can see it here. And we did wick just a little bit past it, so I'm kind of giving it this much room just to the upside of this little bit of structure back here. As well, I can bring up another chart here. I'm actually going to flip it over to the daily chart, and it just makes it a little bit more clear. If I bring up my MDX algo indicator here, the advanced trend indicator, this is mapped out by the indicator. It's showing resistance at exactly that level that I was just talking about on the weekly, and that's basically ranging a little bit higher. I know everyone's watching that 48,000, but the top of this level, we're looking more at 50 to 52,000. On the daily, what do we have there? Yeah, about 50.5 up towards 52,000. So I really wouldn't be all too surprised to see us squeeze just a little bit higher with this breakout. This might take a little bit of time to play out, you guys. These are daily and weekly charts. You guys know I'm more into the DGen time frames, but just something to be on your radar as far as targets. I do think that there's a little bit of fuel left in the tank. Obviously, we're going to have to see what happens. In my previous video, I was warning about this potential upswing because even though we saw this big dump to the downside here, I was quite vocal about the fact that structure actually hadn't even changed. The 4-hour chart, in fact, broke out bullishly, and even though a lot of people who FOMO in at this breakout are thinking that, oh, the market's getting wrecked because we pulled back at that level, we really just came back and tested support inside the range here. So as far as structure goes, I'm just going to clean things up a little bit here. On the way up here, we have this high back here, we had this high followed by a higher high here. And although a lot of people were thinking this was a bearish fake out, what we in fact did was confirmed a higher low at this level, hence my green box here. Well, what do you know? We came back, retested that level absolutely perfect, and blasted off from there. Unfortunately, this structure doesn't change much because between this new higher high and our newest higher high, lowest point is basically at the same level. So same structure is our valid support in my opinion. So yes, things could get quite volatile and could get a little bit dangerous moving forward. But as it stands right now, I mean, we still do technically have an uptrend here. Yesterday, I was pointing out in the MDX Algo Discord, I was pointing out this signal, and I think I may have posted it on, I obviously did post that as well here a little bit later, but what I was looking for is this new strategy on this new indicator with the MDX Algo community here. This is the trend collection indicator. And basically what I'm looking for is, you guys know I love my trending W's with my previous, advanced trend indicator. So having the two together, I'm once again looking for which way these reversal warnings are trending, and then looking for them to line up with the buy or sell signal. So a good example of ignoring them, obviously here, this sell signal was invalidated because the W's are still trending to the upside. So absolutely beautiful call here. This higher low W here, absolutely phenomenal entry there. Beautiful buy signal. Just zooming in a little further, looking at, let's say, the 1 minute, look at how powerful this strategy and this indicator can be here, you guys. This is just the 1 minute chart, and look at this beautiful buy signal. We have these upward sloping W's, so again, the W's are trending to the upside. We have this buy signal corresponding with that for confluence, and then boom, it just lays out this trend here with a trailing stop, basically just seeing the trend to the upside, and just held it absolutely perfectly. So beautiful call by the indicator there. One of my newer strategies here, doesn't have a ton of back testing yet. I've only been using it for a week or two here. This is a fairly new indicator here to the group. But I have absolutely been loving it, and it quickly has become my favorite indicator already. So absolutely loving that, loving the signals that I'm getting there on shorter, longer time frames. I have also noticed it as far as spot accumulation on altcoins, looking at longer time frames, daily charts, 4-hour charts, stuff like that. I've noticed some great signals there as well. So I will be doing videos about that in the future, especially if you are in the MDX algo community in my live streams and stuff like that. I'm always talking about new strategies that I'm coming up with the indicators and that kind of thing. So as it stands right now, guys, you know my thoughts. I am expecting a little bit higher, but it could get bumpy as we approach this very significant resistance, which you guys know everybody is now watching this level. When I was talking about it 13 months ago when we were down at these levels, I remember being laughed at more than once that I was saying that I really did think that the big bull market rally top, or our just basically our first serious significant correction, I figured was going to be at this level. And I've been talking about this for about 13 months now, since 2022 November, I believe. I was talking about this level. So interesting that we're finally getting to that level. And since I've been talking about this level so much as a potential rejection zone, I know to keep my FOMO in check, and that's why I kept bringing it up every video, just to keep my emotions at bay here. So as it stands right now, guys, I am still bullish just because the trend is your friend, but we are getting to those levels where, once again, I'm more interested in just scalping, taking quick partial profits, and then just basically updating stop loss and hoping to catch a runner with the rest, just like I did yesterday with this beautiful signal down here. I think I ended up hitting, what was it, like 200% or something like that. Here, 280% this morning when I was cashing. Again, I was scaling out on the way up. Now I'm actually out of that position entirely, but looking like, the W's are not lining up with my buy signal here yet, but it is looking like it's still trying to flip bullish. We do have these buy signals coming in higher and higher, so once again, just using signals to kind of spot a bit of a trend. Super cool indicator here that the team has built, so very excited for that. But as it stands, you guys, that's about all I wanted to go over. Just proceed with caution. Obviously, with the ETF news, with FOMO building, it's obviously easy to start FOMOing in and doing that kind of thing. And honestly, guys, I don't know what's going to happen with this ETF launch. Yeah, it's absolutely possible that it's a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event. Yes, it's also possible that people have been trying to front run this for such a long time that everyone's expecting that kind of an outcome now. So maybe the market maker decides to go the other way with it, and it's actually people have been selling into this resistance, and maybe it's actually going to be sell the rumor, buy the news. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not a fundamental guy. I like to draw colorful charts and then trade them. I think it's way more important to be able to react than predict anyways. And using these signals like this is just, it really helps my scalping strategies and that sort of thing. So anyways, guys, with that, yeah, I think that's about it. So obviously, as mentioned, obviously none of this has been financial advice. As always, do your own research, form your own opinions. But if you did appreciate this video, you guys, please do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. If you want access to my favorite indicators and the MDX Algo VIP Discord, as well as a couple no KYC crypto exchanges, I've got some referral links down below just for some special bonuses, discounts, and so on. And with that, I'm out. Stay safe, my friends. Peace.